This is Kripamaya Prabhu, for those who don't possibly know him, if that's possible. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj, for your blessed crystalline faculty of memory to, over the span of 50 years, to be able to bring us once again into that moment. I feel both honored and simultaneously humbled to be in the presence of so many exalted Vaishnavas who have far clearer memories of that moment 50 years ago than I do. To me, it's still so much a blur. I do distinctly remember Lord Jagannath facing us, looking out in this direction. I remember the kirtan, but my wife has a specific memory, which she will share. But in reflecting, she asked me can you please go to do some research and find out exactly how Srila Prabhupada worded, his. So I was looking it up, and I found that Srila Prabhupada, when he spoke here, he spoke on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, first verse. Then I also found in researching how somehow I came across a letter that Srila Prabhupada wrote to the head of the Salvation Army in New York, like in 1969 or so. He was asking him to please help him transfer funds. He needed $200,000 to build this temple in New York, and he had a donor in India, but he needed someone he would spend 200,000 rupees in India, the comparable amount in India, for the Salvation Army, if he would spend that amount for ISKCON, starting ISKCON in New York. And Srila Prabhupada, he starts the letter by saying, "Dear Sir." He didn't even know the man's name. And I was just reflecting that how Srila Prabhupada has such relentless determination. That he was writing letters to presidents, he was writing letters to officials of high position in the state, and he oftentimes would not even get a reply. But he never gave up. His determination was relentless. And on coming up here, I was just reflecting on how that relentless determination, sometimes we say that Srila Prabhupada is still with us. And I can see that relentless determination is still there in his grand disciples, in his disciples. I look at Sankirtan's relentless determination to every Saturday do Krishna Katha in the temple. I look at the relentless determination of Gopish and Jai Krishna Prabhu to put the dome on Srila Prabhupada's palace. To me, that is an evidence of Srila Prabhupada's presence still among us, is that these devotees and the grand disciples, we're listening to the beautiful kirtan of all the grand disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And to me, that's evidence of Srila Prabhupada's living presence in the hearts of the devotees. So like I said, I'm very grateful and very awed to be in the presence of so many exalted devotees by whose presence I feel I'm coming closer and closer to Krishna. So, without further ado, I'd like to invite my wife to come share her memory that she had with Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki!
I just wanted to thank all the devotees for organizing this, and I wanted to thank Chaitanya Mangala for remembering and reminding us about this event, and I wanted to thank Maharaj for his amazing memory. And I wrote a little Vyasa Puja to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisance, says Srila Prabhupada. Over the last 50 years, I've passed Govindaji Hill thousands of times and unfortunately rarely remembered the special occasion when you spoke the Bhagavat-dharma discourses. When I heard we are celebrating this event, I felt like I was swirling back in time and just wanted to relive what I remembered. I was a young girl and a new devotee. That's the hard thing about talking. I feel like I want to cry. I was a young girl and a new devotee struggling with the austere accommodations, but it was truly amazing climbing Govindaji Hill with so many enthusiastic devotees. This was my first and very best pilgrimage going to see you. Then, listening to your lecture, the words that stuck in my mind all these years was when a devotee said, "Why is Maya so very, very strong if our purpose in life is to be with God?" You said, "Your purpose is not strong." And all the devotees said, "Jai," and that was the end of the lecture. And after you finished speaking, the devotees took you away in a palanquin. You looked so effulgent and dignified. And I pray that I can have the desire to eternally remember you and serve you in some way.
Hare Krishna.